Plate 7. Animals. In front of you is a plate that shows you particularly vivid details of Magellan's voyage. Touch the whole plate with both hands. In the bottom right corner you will find a frame with a QR code. You can scan it with your mobile phone and listen to the descriptive text about these plates whenever you like. You can distinguish between objects of different sizes on the plate. When you touch them, do you notice that the objects are roughly arranged in 4 rows? Each object is actually only the front half of what it really represents. It is similar to cutting an apple in half, taking only one half and placing it on the plate with the cut surface. You can scan one object at a time and think about what it might represent. Soon you will find out if your guess is correct. As you already know, the crew encountered many animals during their voyage on land, in the water, in the air and also on the ship. Even on their own bodies, namely fleas. Fleas are tiny, not even the size of a pinhead. On the plate you only find animals. They are all smaller than they are in reality, but they are depicted in real size proportion to each other. If one animal is 10 times bigger than another on the plate, it is the same in real life. Let's start with the first row, at the top. The first object on the left is the smallest animal on this plate. It is a bird, a hummingbird. It is turned so that it looks to the right and would fly in that direction. Feel its very small head with the beak on the right, and the body with one wing sticking out. The colorful hummingbirds are very small and delicate birds, only about 10 centimeters tall. So, the body of a real hummingbird would be about the size of your teacup. If you put your empty teacup on the table and imagine the handle as the wing, you would have about the size of a hummingbird in front of you. The next animal is slightly larger than the hummingbird. It is a rat that also looks to the right of the plate. In the animal world, there are 65 species of rats in many different shades, grey, brown, black or mixed, similar to cats. Rats, like mice, are rodents. They have a special set of teeth for gnawing their way through hard food. This is how they gnawed on the sailors' food supplies on ships. From head to torso, rats can be 8 to 30 centimeters long. Depending on the species, some have an even much longer tail or just a short one. Feel the body and the thin tail. Our live rat would be 25 centimeters long, including the tail, which is slightly longer than the spoon you eat your soup with. The last animal in the row has flown over the sailors' heads again. It is a seagull. It would also fly in the direction of the right edge of the plate. Feel the pointed beak on the right and the pointed tail on the left. Gulls are medium to large birds. The feathers of gulls are mostly white-grey in color, often with black coloring on the head, back and wings. They are very noisy, especially when many are gathered together, and you have probably heard their squawking. The gull on the plate is a large black-backed gull, which in real life would be about 60 centimeters long. So, the seat of a comfortable armchair would not be big enough for it if it wanted to stretch out there. Under the rat you can feel the figure of a sailor. In Magellan's time, people were on average about 10 centimeters shorter than they are today. The figure on the plate is that of a 180 centimeters tall man. Feel his long arms, big feet and strong build. Compare the seagull with the sailor who is standing with his legs apart, and you realize that the seagull could lie down in front of him and touch both his feet. Stand like this and try to recreate the size of the seagull in this way too. On the left, a little lower, you can feel a penguin, the emperor penguin, which is one of the best-known penguin species and the largest species in the penguin family. They have yellow ear patches and black and white plumage. Notice its compact shape. It would also waddle to the right, like the other animals. Feel the long, pointed beak on the right side of its head, one of its 2 wings on this side of its torso, and the webbed, relatively short, large foot underneath. In real life, this penguin would be 100 centimeters tall. If you imaged a penguin standing in front of your door, it could peek through the keyhole without stretching. Magellan's men saw penguins on the coast of Antarctica when they sailed around the southern tip of South America. Now you can find two important sea creatures on the plate, the smaller dolphin and the very large shark. First, feel the dolphin. Dolphins can be black, grey, blue or white. This is why they are not very noticeable in the blue-grey, dark sea. You recognize the long, streamlined body of this mammal that lives in the water and is often mistaken for a fish. As the dolphin would also swim to the right, you find its strongly arched forehead, a dot for its eye, and its beak-shaped mouth on the right. You can take its front fin, also called flipper, between your fingers. On the surface of the plate, you will find its triangular dorsal fin. Its typical horizontal tail fin, the so-called fluke, protrudes from the surface of the plate. This dolphin would be 240 centimeters long. If it were lying in a bed that is usually 200 centimeters long, its tail fin would hang down over the end of the bed. The largest creature on the plate is clearly the shark. Its colors are light gray to brownish, rarely bluish to almost black, and white on the belly. In real life, this shark would be 580 centimeters long, more than twice as long as the dolphin. It swims in the same direction as the dolphin, so start to the right of its powerful, streamlined body. There you feel its pointed snout with nostril. A little higher up you feel a deepened round area where its eye is located. Underneath you find the large cone-shaped open mouth, where you can also feel the sharp, pointed teeth. The teeth are broad and triangular. The very pronounced gill slits, which you can feel as four vertical lines next to each other, are used for breathing. This is followed by the pectoral fin, which you can feel in full size with your hand. On the back of the shark, you can feel the typical triangular dorsal fin. It sometimes sticks out of the water when swimming. So, if a triangle is swimming towards you from a distance, a shark is probably approaching. The dorsal fin, along with the ventral fin down near its belly, helps the shark stay on course. Both fins are crescent-shaped and taper to a point. Then you will find the second, smaller dorsal fin, and at the bottom the small anal fin, which stabilizes the shark in the swimming position. Finally, there is the large, crescent-shaped, asymmetrical tail fin, which you will find at the left end of the shark's body. Now you can compare your assumptions with reality. Did you correctly identify the animals and the sailor when you first scanned the plate?